Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're now watching TVS News at 5. I'm Muhammad Yusuf, and let us begin with our top story. Now, the Sarawak Civil Service plays a vital role in achieving the state's post-COVID-19 Development Strategy 2030 or PCDS 2030. Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said, through PCDS 2030, Sarawak aims to achieve a gross domestic product or GDP increase of 282 billion ringgit by 2030.
Abang Johari, whose speech was read by Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Amar Douglas Uga Embas said, for Sarawak to achieve the target, the state's economy needs to grow at an annual rate of 6 to 8%.
Likewise, the leaders of our civil service must have the conviction and the courage to push and unleash their best to translate the state 2030 aspiration into a collective reality.
Launched in July 2021, PCDS 2030 is an initiative for Sarawak to become a developed state by 2030 and provide high income to the people. Apart from boosting the economy, the initiative also aims to create 195,000 new jobs, increase Sarawak's household income to 15,000 ringgit a month, and reduce the urban and rural development gap. Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Amar Douglas Uga Embas read the speech during the opening ceremony of the closed-door leadership program titled Transformation via Conversations program, organized by the State Human Resource Unit and the Sarawak Public Service Leadership Institute today. The launch of such program is in line with the state's desire to transform Sarawak into a developed state by 2030, which requires confidence and courage among various levels of society, including civil servants.
This is where executive coaching matters. Executive coaching is the latest thinking technology that nurtures our ability to think in clarity, think far ahead, and think creatively, strategically, and pragmatically, which is essential in driving impact and innovation.
Abang Johari believes that a trainer with the right credentials on leadership, coupled with the usage of advanced technology, will be able to change the mindset and work ethics of Sarawak civil servants. The training program is scheduled to commence in June this year, with priority given to the groups that will manage the subclusters in the Post-COVID-19 Development Strategy 2030 or PCDS 2030.
Calling on all travelers, if you have been itching to travel again, get yourself packing because SITOK Sarawak 3.0 is back with exciting travel deals. Visitors will be in awe as there are over 88 attractive tour packages offered by participating travel agents and operators this weekend, offering up to 50% discounts for customers.
The event will be held concurrently from March 18 to March 20 at Boulevard Shopping Mall in Kuching and Bintang Mega Mall in Miri. The offers can be enjoyed by both Sarawakians and non-Sarawakians residing in the state with work permits. In a press statement, the Chief Executive Officer of Sarawak Tourism Board (STB), Sharzet Datu Saleh Askor, welcomes all walks of life to enjoy the various travel packages offered during the fair as domestic tourism continues to be the agency's main focus to revive the state's tourism industry. It is also timely, she said, as Mas Wings has increased their flight frequency to destinations such as Bintulu, Miri, Limbang, Lawas, Muka, and Cebu. At the same time, members of the public can take part in various games, talks, and photo opportunity at various booths to win attractive prizes offered only during the fair. For more information on SITOK Sarawak and SITOK Sarawak accommodation, you can visit its official website.
Now, several airline companies have indicated their interest in the development of the air transport industry in Sarawak. These companies, namely Maswings, Firefly, Malaysia Airlines and Malindo, have observed Sarawak's potential in terms of growth in tourism, business travel and cargo service, as Sarawak is located within the Brunei Darussalam, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, East ASEAN growth area.
Minister of Transport Sarawak Dr. Sri Lee Kim Shind recently received a courtesy call from the top brass of the airline companies. According to a press statement, all companies have indicated that they will be increasing flight frequency domestically and internationally. Currently, Firefly will be operating 7 times weekly between Penang to Kuching and will start their inaugural flight on April 11th, while Maswing had increased their flight frequency between Miri and Lawas from 4 times daily to 8 times daily since March. Malindo, on the other hand, will be working with the Sarawak government to establish the air connectivity with Indonesia, as the country will establish its new capital in Samarinda, Kalimantan.
On to the next news. Today marks the 4th day for the search and rescue mission to find Eric Chang, who was reportedly killed and thrown into the Sarawak River from Muara Tebas. March 16 also marks the 10th day since the boy went missing. According to police, they are in the midst of obtaining the remand order against Eric's caretakers to facilitate investigation under Section 302 of the Penal Code for murder. To get more details on the scene, we have our reporter Douglas Elliott on standby. Over to you, Douglas.
The search for the missing 4-year-old boy Eric Chang creeps into its 4th day today as rescuers scrambles to find a new lead of his whereabouts. The search operation started around 9:30 a.m. today and focuses on the shoreline, which covers an area of 800 meters from the operation post. Rescue team combed the area with the help of the Bomba K9 unit codenamed Cliff, which is trained to sniff out chemical scent on land and water. The multi-agency search, comprised of 28 personnel from Bomba, Royal Malaysia Police Force, the Civil Defence Force, Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency, drone unit of the Royal Malaysia Police Air Wing, and several villages. And around 2:15 p.m., the rescue team resumed with their water search around the jetty area up until a radius of 1 kilometer from Muara Tebas Wharf. However, as of 4 p.m., no new leads have been found. The rescue operation is still ongoing as of time of reporting, and that is all the update I have for you from Muara Tebas. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Douglas. Now, the Gaway Celebration symbolizes unity as families gather together annually. However, it won't be the same for Henry Limon, the brother of the late Damian Senin, who has recently passed away. On March 10, Senin, age 46, from Serian, and Rowena Mambai, age 35, from Simunjan, were victims of an electrocution incident that took place in the bathroom of their flat in Cameron Highlands. According to 49-year-old Henry Limon, the last time he met his brother was 5 years ago.
Lama sudah mau dekat 5 tahun, 4 tahun tu macam kita jumpa kami pakai telefon sajalah. Tu hari ada saya telefon sama dia. Bila dia balik, dia cakap Gawai ni dia balik. Tapi tidak balik, dia terus dia balik dulu lah selama-selamanya.
Henry was waiting at the Kuching International Airport for the 3 children left by the deceased as they arrived from Kuala Lumpur at 11:30 a.m. The 3 children, Elisa Olivia Damien, age 10, Joseph Ryan Damien, age 8, and Magdalena Damien, age 2, were accompanied by the brother of the late Ronwina, Robert Adi, and his wife Kelly John. With the help of the Tabadu Assemblyman, Dr. Simon Sinang, he would ensure the welfare of the 3 children are taken care of.
Selaku rakan sekampung mereka dan saya akan cuba sedaya upaya untuk memastikan kebajikan 3 orang anak mereka itu dipelihara, ya, dan saya akan berbincang dengan uncle ataupun pakcik mereka yang telah diberi kuasa untuk menjadi penjaga buat sementara ini, dan saya akan bekerjasama dengan keluarga tersebut untuk memastikan semua keperluan mereka, lebih-lebih lagi yang kecil tu, yang baru setahun tu, dan juga yang sudah sekolah tu 9 tahun, supaya mereka dapat melanjutkan pelajaran mereka.
Meanwhile, according to the Deputy President of the Dayak Bidayu National Association DBNA, Dr. Charlie Ungang said his party has helped get donations for the children to help ease their burden.
Kita pihak DBNA telah menggerakkan derma sedikit sebanyak untuk kita membantu keluarga ini.
All funeral arrangements for the deceased, flight arrangements, and transit accommodation for the 3 children were fully funded by Rumah Sarawak in Kuala Lumpur and Sarawak volunteers.
Now, the Election Commission EC has no plans yet to extend the postal voting category to Sabah and Sarawak voters who are residing in the peninsula for the 15th general election. Instead, voters are recommended to apply for a change of voting constituency based on their latest place of residence.
Adding further, Mas Ermiati said only voters in certain categories were allowed to vote by mail, such as the EC staff, election officials, military, police, members of the General Operations Force on duty during early voting, media practitioners who are covering elections outside their constituency on polling day, and Malaysians abroad. Additionally, she said the facility was also given to staff of 9 agencies, including the Malaysian Fire and Rescue Department, Prisons Department, Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency, volunteers and staff of the Immigration Department on duty on polling day, as well as absent voters, namely civil servants serving abroad and their spouses, as well as full-time university students studying overseas and their spouses.
Now, the federal government has approved the 10,000 ringgit withdrawal from the Employee Provident Fund EPF Contributor Savings Account. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said the decision was made after numerous research and surveys conducted on various walks of life affected by the pandemic.
Berdasarkan dapatan kajian dan penelitian secara menyeluruh dalam fasa pemulihan selepas pandemik ini, ada dalam kalangan keluarga Malaysia yang masih terkesan dari segi ekonomi, hilang pendapatan dan sedang membina semula kehidupan. Kerajaan mendengar, mengkaji dan meneliti permintaan daripada semua pihak untuk pengeluaran caruman KWSP. Justru pada hari ini, kerajaan bersetuju membenarkan pengeluaran khas KWSP sebanyak RM10,000.
Such a decision, Ismail Sabri added, was not an easy one to make as it involves a large sum of savings meant to be utilized in the future. For records, the government has approved similar withdrawals from EPF accounts through 3 schemes, namely iSina, iLestari and iCitra, which totals up to 101 billion ringgit and have involved a total of 7.34 million contributors since the pandemic hit the country 2 years ago. More details on the 10,000 ringgit withdrawals will be published in the near future by the Ministry of Finance and EPF.
The Department of Chemistry Malaysia has confirmed that there are no traces of pig DNA in frozen squid rings sold in the market. This was following a consumer's claim on social media that the food product is made from pig rectum.
Minister of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs KPDN-HEP, Datuk Sri Alexander Nanta Linggi said the findings were obtained from frozen squid rings products confiscated at several premises involving retailers, wholesalers, distributors, and importers of the product in states such as Perlis, Kedah, Penang, Selangor, and Johor. The news had caused panic and distraught among members of the public. Hence, Nanta advised consumers to be mindful when posting news or information online, especially on halal-related issues.
And that's all the time we have for TVS News at 5. Don't forget to tune in to TVS Nightline tonight with Handy Gawai. Once again, I'm Muhammad Yusuf. Have a good day ahead.